This is from Sports Illustrated. 5 big decisions that will define the Browns offseason. Number 1, hiring an offensive coordinator. That's pretty obvious. They will do that. Number 2, decide on the offensive play caller. Could be the offensive coordinator. Could very well still be Kevin Stefanski. 3, find receiver help. 4, Nick Chubb's contract. 1 year left will account for roughly $15.8 million against the cap. And 5, Jack Conklin's contract. 3 years left, set to count $12 million against the cap in 24, 19.5 in 25 and 26. So when we think about this, Tyler, let's start. Chubb, I would imagine, and we heard earlier in the show, it sounds like they would like him back. It sounds like they got to find a number that works.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing with Nick Chubb. I mean, you want Nick Chubb back. You really do. But at the same time, given his contract, they're going to need to negotiate something that's more favorable for the Browns because we don't even know when Nick Chubb's expected to be back. I mean, we're hoping he's back by the start of the regular season. That's not a guarantee at this point. So you need to negotiate something better. And then what you need to do on top of that, Dave, is you need to bring in more than likely a guy as a free agent because, I mean, Kareem Hunt, he was good as a goal line back. You could see just that he is not the same player. Go in free agency and get a running back that's not going to get the money he's looking for. Give him a 1-year deal for probably $3.5 to $4 million, similar type of what Zeke Elliott got. And I think you can roll right there. Or if you draft a guy, but this draft class is not super strong at running back. I don't know if Jerome Ford is the guy you really want as your starter moving into next year. If he could be more of your change of pace guy, I think that's ideally what the Browns want. But that's at least how I would address it. I would bet on Nick Chubb coming back. But again, it has to be favorable or else the Browns might have to make a really tough decision there that fans wouldn't like.
Conklin is another one. That's the contract looked like a bargain at the time, and now, DeJuan Jones, the whole tackle thing, you put Jedrick Wills in that bin as well. But Conklin's contract, it's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with Jack Conklin, Andrew Berry's going to have to perform some wizardry there because I don't know how he's going to do that because I don't know who's trading for Conklin, for one, given the injury history that he's on. You might be able to post-June 1st cut him. I don't have all the numbers on what that would look like, but, I mean, you would owe him money in 2024, 2025, 2026, and a little in 2027 and 2028. So do they want that? I don't know. Do you try and just run it back and hope he can get healthy? But then in that case, what do you do with DeJuan Jones, who was playing very well before he got hurt? It's a lot of questions. Conklin's a big one because I don't know how you address that one moving forward. But, hey, that's why Andrew Berry gets paid all this money, and you and I just get to talk about it.
Yeah, relative to receiver help, you mentioned really good draft class. Is there any maybe start with what type of receiver do you think helps DeShaun Watson the most?
I think he needs a guy that is more of a burner. We didn't get to see a lot with him and Marquise Goodwin this year, and it's unfortunate. We didn't see much of Marquise Goodwin in general. I mean, let's just start there. I think that's the type of guy he wants. Look at his success in Houston. He had Will Fuller. When Will Fuller was healthy with DeShaun Watson, that duo was very fun to watch. But then also, he's got Amari Cooper as this bigger body type guy, but you need that consistent deep threat. So I want to see who they end up going after in that regard in free agency. McCole Hardman is going to be a free agent. Marquise Hollywood Brown is going to be a free agent. You might be able to get a little bit on the cheaper. I know fans would love Mike Evans because I'm in that boat. I would love a guy like Mike Evans. I don't know if he can get away from Tampa Bay given the success he and Baker Mayfield had this past year, but that's the type of guy I would look for, a guy that can be that consistent vertical threat down the field. And the guy that really would be a really great fit, depends what happens with him and the Chargers. He's had a lot of injury history, but has a history with Watson as well, is Mike Williams from the Chargers. I don't know what happens there with his contract, if they try and trade him, because, again, they need to try and save some cap as well. So if he became available, that could be very interesting. You might be able to perform a similar deal that Andrew Berry did with Amari Cooper, give up about a 5th-round pick. You'd have to take on some of that money that he's owed, but again, he has that chemistry with DeShaun Watson going back to their days at Clemson.